based on the explanation of Maya Angelou's poem, When Great Trees Fall, provided in the video, and the historical context of Don McLean's American Pie. Here is how the two relate to the concepts of code and music. The code and the great trees. In the video, the speaker explains that great trees are a metaphor for great people, whose passing leaves a profound shattering impact on those around them. 013. In the poem, the code isn't a literal secret, but a way of describing the legacy, the nurture, 947, and the radiance, 1018, that formed and informed the minds of the living. When these trees fall, the people left behind are reduced to unutterable ignorance, 1112, and must struggle to find meaning again. In American Pie, Don McLean often referred to the code in his lyrics as the cultural and musical symbols of the 1950s and 60s. Just as the poem describes how the reality bound to them takes leave of us. 857. When a great soul dies, McLean's song laments the loss of a specific cultural code, innocence and rock and roll, that died with his idols. The music as pleasure and vitality. Your interpretation that the music represents the pleasure Don felt from Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, and the Big Bopper aligns closely with the video's explanation of the air around a great soul. Pleasure and vitality. The video explains that when a great soul is alive, the very air people breathe is a pleasure that gives them life and freshness. 457. This mirrors McLean's music. It wasn't just sound, it was the vital part 542 of his existence that made him want to dance for a while. The loss of pleasure. When the musicians died, the trees fell, the music stopped. The video describes this state as the air becoming sterile and without life. 529. In American Pie, this is the day the music died, a state where the birds flew off with a fallout shelter, and the joyous pleasure of that era vanished, leaving behind a hurtful clarity. 639. Summary connection. The poem explains the emotional mechanics of what Don McLean felt. 1. The impact. The deaths of Holly, Valence, and the Bopper were the great trees falling, causing even the strong and firm to shudder. 141. 2. The silence. The small things, the fans, McLean, recoiled into silence. 348, wondering who would now show them the path. 3. 3. The restoration. Just as the poem ends with the idea that we can be better for they existed. 1352. McLean's song serves as a restored sense. 1306, that whispers they existed through the power of his tribute. Video link, When Great Trees Fall by Maya Angelou. YouTube video views will be